Imagine this, folks. In a world where the fizz of a cola can topple empires, a new contender enters the ring, not just to challenge the taste buds, but to shake the very foundations of geopolitical soda sipping. Have you ever thought that your cola choice could spark a revolution? That's right, we're diving into the frothy world of cola symbolism, where every gulp could be a vote against American imperialism. Stay tuned, because if you thought your cola was just a drink, think again. It might just be the secret weapon in the next Cold War. Did you know that in 1 year the global cola market was estimated to be worth over $100 billion? Yet brands like Gaza Cola or Mecca Cola barely make a dent? Why is that, you ask? Let's find out. So, there's this new UK-based brand called Gaza Cola, and they're not just here to quench your thirst. Nope. They're pledging profits to rebuild Palestinian hospitals, capitalizing on anti-US sentiment. This isn't their first rodeo. They're following in the bubbly footsteps of Mecca Cola, launched in 2002 in France, which used the same strategy, promising 10% of profits to Palestinian charities. It's like the cola equivalent of Robin Hood, but instead of stealing from the rich, they're just selling more cola. Remember the Boston Tea Party? Well, this is like that, but instead of dumping tea into the harbour, folks are dumping Coke out of their fridges. It's a modern twist on protest, where instead of tossing goods overboard, consumers are choosing new brands at the supermarket. As George Orwell once said, advertising is the rattling of a stick inside a swill bucket. Here, the swill bucket is American policy, and the stick? Well, that's the cola can. Orwell's poking fun at how advertising manipulates us, and boy does cola do that, but with a side of geopolitics. Now, let's talk about religion and cola. It's like mixing holy water with, well, sugar water. Ambi Parameswaran, a brand coach, delves into this in his PhD thesis, noting that while religious affiliation and intensity can influence purchasing behavior, particularly in food products, the targeting of cola brands often stems more from their association with American imperialism rather than religious factors. Globally, Coca-Cola holds about 43% of the cola market share. Compare that to Mecca Cola's minuscule slice, and you see the David versus Goliath scenario playing out in soda aisles worldwide. In a bizarre twist, there was an experiment in 2010 where researchers in France studied consumer reactions to Mecca Cola versus Coke in blind taste tests. The results? People couldn't tell the difference, but preferences shifted dramatically towards Mecca Cola among certain demographics when they knew which was which. What does this tell us about taste versus brand loyalty? Thomas Friedman, known for his Golden Arches theory, argues that no two countries with McDonald's would fight a war against each other. But in the cola world, it's not about peace, it's about protest. Friedman might be surprised to see cola brands becoming symbols of conflict rather than harmony. However, Noam Chomsky, the linguist and social critic, has highlighted how Western corporations often use branding to mask their involvement in global politics. He'd probably argue that even protest brands like Gaza Cola are playing into the hands of market capitalism, just with a different logo. Here's the kicker. Can these protest brands really last? The article in the Economic Times is skeptical, suggesting that while consumers might enjoy a sip of rebellion, the allure of Coke's marketing machine is hard to beat. It's like trying to overthrow the king with a soda can. Good luck with that! Globally, the trend of boycott movements against American brands has seen spikes during conflicts like the Iraq War or the recent Gaza-Israel tensions. A report from Al Jazeera in 2024 showed a 30% drop in sales of American products in Middle Eastern markets during peak boycott periods, with alternative brands seeing a temporary surge. In the UK, where Gaza Cola is making waves, local supermarkets have reported a 5% increase in sales of ethical cola brands since the conflict escalated, according to The Guardian. There you have it, folks. In the world of cola, every sip can be a statement, every can a flag of resistance. But remember, while you might be sipping on rebellion, you're also indulging in a bit of American fantasy, the kind that survived longer than most political regimes. Is your next cola choice going to be a vote or just a thirst quencher?
And do subscribe to the channel.